Mombasa, Kenya. A hostage situation is unfolding. Marine Ray Garrison storms the compound where the criminals are, taking them out one by one before confronting the main target. He has his rifle aimed at the hostage, forcing Ray to lower his. He tricks the target into moving his rifle so he can grab his pistol and fire at him, freeing the hostage. Ray returns home to his wife Gina. They spend a comfortable evening alone together, until later when they are attacked by home invaders. Ray attempts to fight them off, when one of the intruders, Martin Axe, incapacitates Ray with a tranquilizer. Ray later wakes up tied to a chair, with Axe questioning who tipped him off about the situation in Mombasa. Ray says he doesn't know, but Axe brings out a captive Gina to force Ray to give up an answer. Ray insists he doesn't know, and Axe shoots Gina in the head with a nail gun. Ray gives up and says they should just kill him, and Axe appears to shoot him in the face. Ray awakens in a testing facility for the company RST. He meets Dr. Emil Harting and his assistant KT. Harting explains to Ray that he was killed, that his body has been filled with little microbots called nanites that allow his body to regenerate from aggressive wounds. KT has a transplant of her own that allows her to breathe, while Harting introduces Ray to other soldiers with RST implants or prosthetics, like Jimmy Dalton, who uses prosthetic legs, and Tibbs, who has an implant that allows him to see everything at once. Ray tests out his new body and finds that he has superhuman strength as well. Ray interacts with KT, who knows he is overwhelmed about all these new discoveries, as well as the fact they had no family to claim his body. As they share a drink together, Ray hears Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads playing, which triggers his memory of Axe killing him and Gina, since that song played when he was interrogating them. He starts to lose it and then heads out to find Axe, using an ability to hack into a computer system that is able to track him down. Harting tries to stop Ray, but he is already hot on Axe's trail. He corners Axe and his men in a tunnel where he proceeds to fight the men, even managing to regenerate some severe gunshot wounds. Axe recognizes Ray and pleads for his life, but Ray is not interested and then shoots Axe dead. In the morning, Ray drives to a spot where he is picked up by KT, Dalton, and Tibbs. He is brought back to RST and strapped to a bed, where Dalton comes in to antagonize him and suggests that Gina isn't really dead. Ray is knocked out, and Harting organizes for everything from the hostage situation to Ray's capture to be replayed differently, as the whole thing was fabricated by them. They replace Axe's face for the captor with that of a man named Nick Barris and begin to go by a slowly tweaked script. KT is the only one against the operation, as she knows Ray is being used against his will. A photo of Harting with Axe and Barris is then seen, meaning there is a connection between them all. After going through the motions once more, Ray goes after Barris, with Harting and his team watching and pretending to be concerned. Ray allows himself to be captured by Barris's men to get himself inside his compound. Barris's coder Wilfred Wiggins gives Barris an EMP to use against Ray if necessary, which Harting and the others notice through their surveillance cameras. Ray attacks and kills Barris's men before finishing Barris himself, but Wiggins hits the EMP button to incapacitate Ray, as well as knocking out all the power within a 20-mile radius. Wiggins takes Ray and wakes him up with a powerful electric charge. He tells Ray that he was basically forced to work for Barris, but he does want to help Ray. He tells Wiggins about experiencing the same memory with a different face for each killer. This goes along with a rumor Wiggins heard of a hired killer being sent out, and Ray realizes Harting has been using him to go after multiple RST defectors. He also realizes Gina is alive, but Wiggins worries that if he goes looking for her, Harting will just reset his memories and put Wiggins' face on the killer's body this time. Ray gives Wiggins a sample of his nanite's blood to inspect. Ray takes one of Wiggins' cars and manages to track down Gina's location. She is happy to see him, but he is under the impression that they are still married. Gina reveals that it has been 5 years since they last saw each other and apparently split up on mutual terms. She is now remarried and has 2 children of her own, leaving Ray heartbroken. After he leaves, Dalton pursues him, but Ray manages to get him to get hit by a truck that shatters his prosthetic legs. One of Harting's guys shuts Ray down and then orders KT to go after Wiggins, even shutting down her breathing implant to prove he means business. KT finds Wiggins and knocks him out before knocking out his men. Harting finds Ray and puts him in a simulation where he must come clean over his business, knowing Ray is pissed and that he knows the truth. Harting acts as though he did what was necessary and did what was right for Ray, but Ray promises he will no longer control him. His body ends up at RST, where they are extracting the nanites. After returning to work, Katie tells Harting that Wiggins got away, so Harting stops the nanite extraction to have Ray go after Wiggins. Harting puts Ray in the hostage simulation again, but Katie intervenes to get Ray to realize what is really happening. Harting tries to shut her down, but she reveals that she got Wiggins to remove Harting's access to her implant, allowing her to be free of his control. He sends Dalton and Tibbs after Ray once he snaps out of the simulation and breaks free. Dalton applies mechanical arms to his back as he goes after Ray. The three fight near an elevator until one of them starts to give weight to all the chaos. Tibbs falls to his death as Dalton tries to break down the elevator, but Ray taps into his full power and takes Dalton all the way down where they both crash, but only Ray emerges unscathed. He locates Harting in the street where the villain fires a grenade at Ray. It blows him up and he starts to regenerate, but Wiggins sees that the nanites are draining, and if Ray takes another hit, he won't recover this time. Ray catches the next grenade Harting launches and fires it down to the core. He grabs Harting and drops the grenade, blowing them both up. Wiggins recovers Ray's body and manages to revive him and reprogram the nanites in his body. Together with KT, the three ride off to continue working together.